What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Awesome Nerd Show. Today we're looking at some more McFarlane DC Multiverse figures, and today we have more of a Batman themed wave with our DC Rebirth version of Batman as well as Clayface. So it's just kind of taking these two figures, throw them here together with a Clayface, to face off with Batman. But then we also have this Robin we've had for a while from Infinite Frontier, so I thought I'd just throw this in here as well since, kind of fits in outside of like the Rebirth storyline, but still pretty similar and can fit right in with these figures. So doing a little like Bat family set here with Batman, Robin, and Clayface together. So I think all three of these look cool, but I'm super excited to check out this Clayface. It just looks awesome, and it's one of the mega figures, so it's really big. So we'll have to see how big it is compared to the Batman and Robin. So I'm super excited to check that Clayface out. So let me go and get them open out of the box, and we'll take a look at them together. Well, let's start off with the DC Rebirth version of Batman. Of course, the DC Rebirth started back in 2016, where it once again sort of reset all the timelines. And here we have Batman, which has the usual backstory of, his parents get killed in an alleyway. He uses his anger from that to turn toward getting vengeance for his family and restoring Gotham, and turns into the Batman. So overall, he looks pretty cool here, but once again, looks like all the other Batmans we've had. So he has, of course, the black cowl and cape, but I liked with this cape how it has the purple on the inside. So it's nice, like little highlight with this cape. It has the all gray bodysuit, so you can see from his chest all the way down his legs, and I like the bat logo on his chest with the yellow outline. That stands out a lot, as well as the belt with all the little black lines in there as well. So nice utility belt. Has the gauntlets, of course, with the spikes on it, and then going down his legs, he's got the little like bat head like kneecaps, as well as the knee-high all black boots. So once again, all armored out with the bodysuit, as well as like the gauntlets and boots and everything. So overall, just your pretty standard Batman, just with a different look. But as mentioned, I think what I like most about this is the purple like cape on the inside. It just stands out a lot against the figure. But let's go and do his movements. So his head can twist all the way around, which is good. Of course, he can look down that far and up that far, so really good up. So pretty decent movements in the head just overall with a nice swivel. Then we get the shoulders that can come up to 90 degrees there. Of course, has that sort of like butterfly style joint piece in there, but can rotate around as well. We get a bicep twist, the double elbow joint that can bend up that far, so mostly up on itself, so that's really good. Then we get the wrist that can twist around and flex up and down. Then we have the ab crunch, so he has the upper ab crunch there, as you can see the separation. So with this, it's hard to get to move because of the separation pieces, but with this, you can get crunch forward, crunch back there, so pretty good crunching, and of course twist around in there as well. And then we have the lower crunch right about the belt line, so it can crunch even further forward and further back there, and twist there as well. So you have those two pieces all working together, but it kind of gets all lopsided and everything, and trying to get his body straightened back up is a bit of a pain. Then we got his hips that can come up there about 90, just a little bit under maybe, out to the side, come close to doing the splits. A little bit of a thigh twist, not much on this figure though. A double knee joint that can bend up that far to the back, very close to kicking his own butt. And then we get the foot that can flex back and forth and can twist side to side. And then we have, of course, the toe joint on the end. So once again, another good Batman figure, has really good just movements overall. We do have some issues with feels like weakness in the ball joints at his feet, because he does kind of want to fall back and forth a little bit, but there I can get him standing there. But of course, we always get the base plate to pop him on, so that'll help stable him. And of course, he comes with some accessories. So first off, we get a grapple gun. So we have the nice bat grapple, which looks pretty nice, has a pretty nice grapple design overall, like for the gun, and then has the grappling hook on the end of it. So with this, we can take and put it into his hand. So there is the grapple gun in his hand, so he can be shooting that. And of course, he also comes with a battering. So nice little just all black battering. I like the different layers. So as the layer on top with like some of the texture to it, and then the thinner layer that sticks out more on the side there. So that's pretty nice. So you can choose between the grapple gun or the battering there. So either way is going to be cool for this version of Batman. And when I got this figure, just seeing the design immediately made me think of this other version of Batman. I feel it's probably from like the Dark Knight Metal or something, but just with the bat designs and the belts and everything, that just made me think of that immediately. So that's why I wanted to show them there. Of course, this other one's much taller than this new Batman, which is pretty weird. But I do think I really like this version of Batman. Like I said, just like with the darkness of the gray, the cowl and cape on him in there in black with the purple underneath and the bright yellow just standing out. I really just like that look overall. And then of course we have his card it came with, which I like the artwork on it. Of course, it's just the figure, but with the lighting and everything, it looks like an Alex Ross picture, which is really cool. I love his artwork, so seeing that's awesome. But of course on the back we have Bruce Wayne, and of course has the normal story that we get with all of the Batman stuff, so nothing really new to read there. But once again, a pretty cool Batman figure. I do actually really like this. Of course, it's just another Batman McFarlane figure. We get plenty of those, and as you've seen with all our videos, but I actually really like this one. It's a really good version of the Batman. And of course, we also have the Damian Wayne version of Robin. So Damian's the son of Bruce and Talia al Ghul. And with this version being part of the Infinite Frontier, this is where Robin goes out on his own away from his father and the Teen Titans following the events of like the death metal stuff. So following the death of the Batman Who Laughs and everything. So this is a different version of Robin. I've not really seen this version, but of course just looks like Robin, but with a different like color variation. So he's mostly all black with some gray and then the red details, which looks cool. Still has the cape on with the yellow underneath, which stands out a lot, especially with his darker outfit. Just that yellow underneath stands out. And then of course we have the Damian Wayne face design, which I like this much more than the other one I'll show in a second, but he has the black hair all up and sort of swept to the side. Has of course the little Robin mask around his face and just the Damian Wayne face there. And I like with Damian how he has the cape as well as the hood there with the red line around it, the collar piece in red, and then this whole section on top, which kind of gives that like bat design, as you can see with like the red outline kind of outlining. It looks, you know, like the bat, but has the R on his chest, of course, for Robin. And then underneath he's got the gray shirt, so just the gray with the like design at the bottom reminds me of a lot of like the classic Robin, but then he's got the black outfit on the top, which has a nice detail to it. It's almost like a chainmail design, so he has it on his arms as well as his legs there, red gloves, and then down on his legs he's got more gray with the red outlines to his boots, where I like that he has like the neon green shoelaces painted on there, which look really cool with the W's on the side. So pretty cool Robin. Looks different. It's not like the version of Robin I prefer, but I do actually really like this look. So for his movements, his head can twist all the way around. He can look down that far and up that far, so not too bad, not as much as Batman, but still not bad. Shoulders can come up to 90, of course have a little bit of butterfly joint in there. Rotate all the way around. We get a bicep twist, the double elbow joint that once again bends mostly all the way up on itself, so that's really good. Wrist twist around and flex on the ball joint wherever it is. This one feels like a back and forth. Now I'm sure he's got an ab crunch somewhere in here because you can see it sort of crunching in there, but obviously with it being covered up you don't really see it, so going forward and back a little bit. It's like I said, not a whole lot because of the outfit, but it is there, and he can twist around at the waist as well. His hips can come up to just under 90. It seems like mostly the skirting's kind of in the way, so just under 90 out to the side, very close. Yeah, he can do the splits. Has the thigh twist in there, much more of a thigh twist than Batman had. A double knee joint that bends up that far to the back. Yeah, he pretty much can't kick his own butt, just his cape's in the way. And then we get his foot that flexes back and forth on the ball joint and can twist side to side, as well as the toe joint on the end of the shoes, which I really like that shoe design. So another good figure here. The only real issues is the midsection cover up, then you lose some movement there, but otherwise, you know, really good movements just overall, and a really nice looking figure. And of course I mentioned there is the older versions of Damian, so here is that version here. Again, I don't know what it's from, but I do like the overall look of this version of Damian more, like just the outfit design, but of course with the classic colors I like this one. So with me, I'd probably like actually just switch the heads out just so this could be like my ultimate version of Damian Wayne. But either way, you can't really go wrong, but I do actually really like this new one for some reason. Now for accessory, of course he comes with the base plate. I don't really have any issue standing in, but we got the base plate to pop him on. And as usual with Damian, he also comes with a sword. So this is a pretty nice looking sword. It's a McFarlane, so once again it's big and bulky and way too thick, and the package sort of bent it up, so we'll have to get that straightened out. But it's just a really nice overall thin sword design, so with this we can put it into his hands. Or I guess for him I should say hand, because the other one's a fist hand and he doesn't come with any extras. So overall that looks really cool there for him. And then we have his card there as well, which looks cool. Again, I always like the lighting and everything they do in the background there. And it's of course from Infinite Frontier. And then on the back we have all the stuff for Robin. Of course it's pretty much the exact same stuff we've had before, but just mentioning that he's the son of Batman and Talia al Ghul there. So again, nothing really new we need to read or anything, but once again another nice artwork there, and just overall a nice figure for the Damian Wayne Infinite Frontier version. And of course that brings us to our DC Rebirth version of Clayface, this big monster of a figure, which looks really cool, but he doesn't have very much function. Like a lot of his joints are messed up and we can't get to move barely any at all, even after heating him. So figure wise it's not going to be that good, but look wise it looks amazing, and it's a big hulking figure, so that then I'll bring in the other two figures and you'll see just how big he is. But of course for Clayface, his real name is Basil Karlo, which I assume is based off Boris Karloff, but he was a mediocre actor that started working for the Penguin, who offered him some mystical clay that jumped onto him and entered his bloodstream. So it's kind of like a venom, which gave him shape-shifting powers and ability to copy the DNA of anyone he touched. But during DC Rebirth, Batman offered him the opportunity to join a team of other vigilantes that he was assembling, and Clayface, being tired of the criminal life, took up Batman's offer and joined the team. So he's now sort of like a good guy and fights alongside Batman and stuff. So it's a different twist for Clayface, but it's still, I guess, pretty cool because he still looks like the big monster and everything, which is all that matters. But as I said, he looks really cool. So you can see his face there. So he's got the teeth up top with the lower teeth underneath, but then like his jaw is sort of like just hanging down there. You can see the inside of his mouth, which is really creepy. His yellow eyes in there, and then his big hulking body, which looks pretty cool. You know, it's made of clay, so it's like dirt and everything. But then he also has all these spikes hanging out, as well as different like little like faces and stuff. So you can sort of see him in there. As we sort of turn to the side there, you can see some of the faces starting to come out of his body there in the back and everything, and even like a hand right here, which is kind of cool. So just a weird and different design and everything. It's very much like Sandman from the Spider-Man universe, but obviously he's all made out of clay. But looks pretty cool. But like I said, he loses a lot of function with the joints and everything, so that kind of stinks. But overall, the look is amazing. So let's go and do the movements. The head can't really move much at all, just twist a little side to side, but as soon as you let go of it, it just moves back to the center. So you don't really get much, and then again, very little moving up and down. Then we get the shoulders that can come up to about 90 there, or just a little bit under. Yeah, if you get it up a little more, it's kind of heavily weighted, so it keeps like dropping down here. But it comes at that far, of course, has the little bit of area movement, so it's got sort of like that butterfly joint there. But if we push it back down, we can then rotate it around there as well. We get the single elbow joint, which for him barely moves at all. It's really hard to get it to move. It's just very little movement back and forth. As you can see, that's about it, but it has a twist in there, so you get some twisting around. But then we get the wrist that once again on him is really stiff, so you get some rocking back and forth there. So again, not much at all, and it should be able to twist as well, but as you can see, it's barely twisting. There we go. It's starting to loosen up there. Can twist around in there too. And then we have his midsection with the twist, so it looks like he has the upper twist, but then this whole middle section here is the soft rubber, so it feels pretty weird and can move around, and then have the lower movement as well. So you just kind of twist wherever it twists, so it's showing more of the lower section there, but I'm sure if you got it, you could twist it there, but because of like the rubberiness of this, it just kind of sticks to the upper section since there's more contact, so you lose some of that. But he can crunch a little bit forward and a little bit back, so once again, some movements there, so it can twist and crunch a little. And then we go to the hips, so the hips can come up there about to 90, yeah, and out to the side once again, so very close to doing the splits even for the big monster. He has the thigh twist, which is good, a single knee joint, which yeah, I don't think you're gonna get too much move, so yeah, just about that far. And it has the twist as well, and that's really all you get with the body. You don't get any like feet movement or anything, so like to get into the stand, you just have to kind of adjust the feet to get like the flatness there. But of course, with the giant feet, he's not hard to stand at all. He just sometimes gets a little bit cockeyed and stuff. You just have to get the feet straightened up, and he'll be able to stand up no problem. But if you do have the problems, he comes with a base as well. But like I said, don't need it at all for this. It's pretty much pointless. If we put him on, it would then just make him crooked. So it's, once again, like I said, not even going to try to use the base. And of course we have his card. So there's a picture there, which looks pretty cool. It reminds me of like the Arkham video game, so that looks really cool. But on the back, of course, Basil Carlo, as I said. And it says Basil was a famous actor known primarily for his roles in horror films. However, when replaced as the lead in a movie, he went mad with rage. His life began to take a strange path when he injected himself with a formula that altered his body completely, making him a dangerous shapeshifter made of living clay, who can change his physical form however he chooses, with the ability to adopt the appearance of anyone or anything. Clayface has become one of Batman's most powerful enemies. So again, that's just a basic origins of actual Clayface, but still a pretty cool figure, big monster and everything. Like I said, you lose a lot of movements, especially in the arm sections, but otherwise it's still really cool. It's a big hulking monster. And with that, we can go and bring in our Batman and Robin here, so you can see how big Clayface is. He's not, you know, like completely huge, like he's, you know, not like a whole nother Batman taller or anything, but he is still pretty big, and which I assume he should be, because he should always be bigger than Batman himself, but still pretty decent size compared to the other two figures, especially Damian Wayne. But still pretty cool wave overall. So we have Batman and Robin, as well as Clayface here, which is all pretty cool. So another good set of multiverse figures that I like a lot, but still tiring to get Batmans all the time, but at least this one I really like a lot. So let me know what you thought of these figures down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank y'all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.